Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, good evening, race fans. Well, I tell you what, we've had a couple of smaller style tracks, but tonight we're here, as I call it, the epicenter of all things motorsports. That would be Daytona, and it is huge. Super Speedway time here. ISRA, Ford Entertainment Group Racing League. Get set here with the Xfinity cars. Sit back, relax. It's going to be 2x2 straightaway, full bore style racing. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm back here at Purdue. I'm still alive, so it's all good stuff.
Awesome. Go. That'll work. Back at it again.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Pace car's about to drop off. We're about to get set here to go green flag racing. Let these guys rumble this place here at Daytona. And the green flag flies as we're watching these cars storm across the line. They'll stay glued side by side for the most part of this race. The Xfinity cars, they stay hooked up pretty good along with the trucks. They get into the Cup cars, sometimes they'll get single file a little bit, but actually the new package, they will be able to get side by side. But these guys going to be hard to stay away from being glued together.
Absolutely, as we see a little bit of trouble there, not trouble, but a little bit of change up there as the 03 Kenneth McCullough decides to jump out and work his way towards the back here. Qualified fourth, and now he's going to go all the way towards the back here to basically defend that car.
Strategy, and that's the biggest thing. A lot of guys, man, look, to stay up front all night long. Some just like getting out there battling. Some like dropping all the way back to the back and sitting back there. Now, the one thing is you don't want to lose the draft there, so make sure old Chris doesn't, because he was off on the apron there for a while, and we don't want to lose that tail end because, yeah, that would be gets hooked up with those other two cars there, Kenneth and all. Might be able to get back up there to the pack. I don't know. Might have lost that draft to the pack.
Yeah, it's a little early to lose the draft here. You definitely don't want to shoot yourself in the foot right off the gate.
Well, where he's at right now, he's definitely not going to gain on the pack because he has no help at all. He's going to have to get Kenneth and Brad Bothwell up there. But nonetheless, you got kind of a slew of a pack here. It's kind of single file. If they get single file, they'll be okay. But up front, it's definitely a side-by-side race as they cross the line to complete the lap. Matt Weeks is the man going to be out front. Got a little longer to get to the start-finish line than it is here like Talladega. Talladega is before the tri-oval. This one is after the tri-oval. Got him.
Wait. The start-finish line is in the tri-oval here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the tri-oval.
Okay. I thought
Talladega's right before it.
No, it's after. Talladega's line is after the tri-oval.
Well, this one's longer. Ain't it?
No, Talladega's longer. Talladega's 2.66. This is 2.5.
I
with
know
the start
that
finish line.
part. I know that part.
Yeah. What are you asking me, Joe?
Start finish line.
Yeah. What about it?
Good.
Talladega is after the start. The start finish line is after the tri-oval.
That's right.
Past the exit of pit road.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just the other way around, folks. Flipped.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. They're both big speedways. How's that? Always fun to see. Now, the big difference between, I would say, other than, the size-wise, but one of the biggest issues with the difference on these tracks is, obviously we know Talladega, huge super speedway. Both of them, obviously, that has changed here recently. They're still considered plate track races, but now they don't use a plate. They call it a spacer, so I guess we could call it a spacer track now.
It's a plate track.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't flow as well as plate track does. They talked about that at the beginning of the season, so what are we going to do to change the names of the plate tracks to spacer tracks? There was a whole article on it I was reading about. But one of the biggest issues, though, is even though Talladega is more of just a wide open go, draft style track, here their actually handling does come into play. It's still just wide open here pretty much, but the car actually can get a little more unstable than what it does at Talladega.
That's right. The car will definitely want to move around more here. It definitely wants to travel a bit. It seems right now that everyone's got it under control, but if you run any of the official races or anything, they're all over the place, and you're seeing it on the backstretch there as Dalton Tucker gets really bent out of shape as the air is, buffeting these cars and they're getting pushed all around everywhere. It's very easy for them to drift and jump around, and the drivers have to do a lot of work to keep control of them. It's the 27 and 38 almost come together.
You got to look, too, these cars don't have the downforce that the actual Cup cars, too. As you see out front, man there, Anthony Key's going to take it to the point. Everybody's still side by side, nose to tail, riding along here with Tom Drelling He's hanging on to the 8th place spot, but those top spots, they'll change just like nothing. But you saw Anthony Keys right there for a moment. He had it out front. Here comes the outside lane. They're trucking pretty good.
That outside line can get some momentum going, but right now it almost seems really stalled out. Matt Weeks and Anthony Keys are doing a great job, or I'm sorry, Matt Weeks and Darren Bruce down there on the inside are doing a great job. Anthony Keys has sort of slid in there in 3rd place, and he's side by side with the 38 and the 24 on the outside line. But as I say that, Darren Bruce jumps to the outside. Now he's going to make a run for the lead. Him jumping out of line absolutely kills the run that Matt Weeks had. It's going to pull him back, and at the same time, Darren Bruce is going to get rocketed forward. Now he's side by side with the leader, and coming off turn 4, they're side by side at the line.
Absolutely, door to door. They're going to be a drag race to the line. Matt Weeks is right there along with him. Darren Bruce is there also. You're right, that top side was rumbling and coming, but then Darren Bruce got up there and said, I'm going to see if I can't get a push to the front. He did for the moment. Looks pretty like a stalemate right there as they come out of the turn, shooting down the back stretch. Anthony Keys, Darren Bruce, Anthony Thickner, Thomas Lattimore, Steven Evasius, all those guys up front right now, they are definitely battling it out heading into 3.
Getting ready now. They're still side by side, and that's some aggressive moves there by the 38. Thomas Lattimore is right up on the back bumper of Darren Bruce. As long as he doesn't touch it in the corners, he could be okay, but nobody is working with Matt Weeks, the loneliest driver out here in a wreck. The 27 goes down.
Darren Bruce is around.
Now that wreck there was caused by the 27 just getting unstable. I don't know if he meant to come down. No, he got a bump from the 38, and that pushed him down into the 87 of Anthony Thickner, and then it was just mayhem from there.
Yeah, let's go back here on the replay here, and we'll see. You see Darren Bruce right there on the top side. You know, bump drafting is another thing we talked about. There's a couple places you don't want to do. Oh, let's get just bump draft, wrong place, wrong time, but still play here. Definitely bump drafting. You don't want to do it in the turns, through the turns, try over, et cetera. Anthony Keys jumped up to the top side there and then just got hooked. Darren Bruce did, and then from there, oof, cars everywhere. Ouch. And that's how fast it can happen here at Daytona. That does put us on our first one here. That means asphalt. Select seal coat and asphalt repair. Guys out there doing an outstanding job. There's a caution sponsor here for the series. We watch one more time coming right here. Watch Thomas Lattimore. See what he saw. As bump draft in the tri-oval. Just talked about it. Thomas Lattimore right there, and next thing you know, getting knocked around. Tore that car all to pieces.
I'll tell you what, one of the nicer things about these long cautions here at super speedways is I'm able to fix the sound settings. I got a new headset, but I can't hear myself in it, and it's driving me crazy, and I find myself yelling, and I don't want to like piss off my neighbors, so I have to be able to hear myself here, and I'm trying to get that working.
I can't stand to hear stuff like that.
I'm so used to it that I need it.
Usually what I do is I'll take one on the side of the headset, pop it off the side of my ear, but I'm not yelling.
That works too. I could do that.
Well, I mean, and the reason I do it is because then I can actually hear my voice. You know what I mean? So. Because it confuses me when I hear myself through the headphones. I know what you're talking about. Right. It's monitoring as well. All right, under caution here. Select seal coat and asphalt repair. Caution tonight. And just like that, Daytona. So kind of the mini big one. And that's usually And what I say earlier, before we went racing, at 80 laps.
You said 8.
I said 8. But you never know. I mean, you know, these races are they're wild card races. Daytona is. It's such a. This place is. It's fun. It's thrilling. It's exciting to watch because of just how the race is, and you got to look. I mean, even in a real race, you know, they dump and tear cars up. Just happened in the real race. Matter of fact, here just this past one, I caught the end of it on a highlight. But it can happen, and biggest thing though is that one might have been avoided. I mean, then again, I'm not saying it could have been, but bump drafting. We were just talking about that. There's a couple places you definitely don't want to do it unless it's the final lap. Then, hey, all rules out the door.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, hey, anything goes, kind of. Is obviously in the turn, through the turns, and in the trials because these cars are so unstable, anyways. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, the rocking back and forth. So any little bump, boom, but. It's like we're going back green here. That's one thing I do like iRacing. They shortened out some of the cautions. You see these things be way, way long around this place, but green flag flies. We're back racing.
Back rolling here, Anthony Keys leading the way. And I've set my microphone up wrong, and now it's messing me up.
Hey, we'll keep messing with it. You'll get it right before the end of the race. One thing is, at least it sounds good on the stream. Huh?
Might just be something I have to get used to, because like there was like a half-second delay, so it was that I was tripping over my own words.
That's why I just popped that one earpiece, you know, behind my ear, and I just have the one on my ear, you know, and that way I can actually just hear my voice, you know, and right. I don't know. Everybody's different, you know. Some people like that the monitoring thing to me, and I'm like you, it feels like I'm on a delay all the time. But I'll tell you what, looks like 3 wide up here. Definitely they're not on a delay. What's up, John? How you doing out there? That one hurt. They definitely not on a delay. Dalton Tucker up front, and I've always said races like this at Daytona, Talladega, they're more like wild card races. Anybody can win them.
You're absolutely right. There's no way to tell who's going to win the race right off the start, because you can be running dead last. I mean, where you start really doesn't matter. As long as you make the grid and are on the lead lap, you've got a chance of winning the race, even on the last lap. If you're running 25th on the last lap, you can still win it. Crazier things have happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this: you talk about some crazy things. I mean, I've seen all kinds of wins here at Daytona. I've seen guys get out there pure dominate, stay out front for most of it. Like I said, I've seen guys from the back, middle, and so forth. We've seen guys start 2 laps down from pit road and win the races. Now that's impressive to me. It's just such a wild card style race. Everything has to fall in any lap to win one like that, but still can happen, especially with that lingering storm, so to speak, of the big one that we just saw just a minute ago there. And up front, Anthony Keys, Anthony Thickner. So the Anthony and Anthony show up front.
Right, they're doing a great job up there leading the way, and I don't know if they're necessarily working together, but sometimes teammates, what they'll do is they'll run side by side. One will be on the inside line, one will be on the outside line. That way they can control the race fully. Now, I don't know if those two are working together, but that's something to keep in mind that other drivers may try to pull later on. Stephen Evasius, though, doing everything he can to push Anthony Thickner out front.
Absolutely. Good run so far.
Dalton Tucker up on the outside is able to get a good run here right on Anthony Kies and give him a really good bump off turn number 4. Push him to be side by side with Titchener right at the line, but the 87 still strong on the inside, and that's going to be the stage caution now. Lap 15, stages are at lap 15, 40, and then at the end, lap 80. So I think we're going to see a lot of drivers come down, get some fuel. They will have enough to make it to the next stage caution, but I don't think, well, maybe. There's a strong chance that they could be able to make it to the end here, but they also could run out of fuel if they decide to run from lap 40 to the end. But we are back under caution here, this time for the stage break, not a wreck. Stage break.
Alright, I'm back, folks. Sorry about that.
Joe took a quick break.
Yeah, had a blowy nose. Blow horn.
That's one way to put it. Now, I think we're going to see a lot of drivers just take fuel here. I mean, you don't really need anything besides it, but as I say that, Anthony Key is taking 2 tires.
Dalton Tucker, man, overshot his pit box.
Anthony Key is taking 4 tires, actually.
Yeah, but Dalton Tucker overshooting his box. Looked like, because he just drove right through pit stop. Yeah. Dalton Tucker. Apologize, folks, if I accidentally stepped away for a minute. Apologies. I don't sound as enthused as I normally am. You know why? Okay, let's go back. Go back and watch Dalton Tucker here. The show didn't put a time down at all. Yep. Wow. He just like totally missed his whole pit box. He looked like he was going to go into the wrong pit stall. Now he's back on there. But he missed his entire pit box. Now, there's one thing tonight here that we need to talk about. Really need to talk about.
Oh?
Let me find out. It's the last race before the chase.
Ooh. That changes everything.
Yeah, let me find the points. All right, 16 drivers. Right now, John held. Oh, that's how you say it. 16th right now.
I think that's the correct pronunciation.
All right.
We are back under green flag, but a bit of a chaotic start as Chuck Harrell pulls away out front. Now they're single file with Matt Weeks and Jim Westerfield. Those three are 3 in a row. And they're sort of pulling away from the 2 car, but they're not nearly far enough out to break the draft.
Yeah, it looks like a kind of single file style start there, kind of a little bit on all these guys. So just looking, making headways here on this points here, the top 16. I'm kind of looking here with John sitting at 16. He has 29.42. Next guy behind him is 26.83. From what I'm looking there, I don't really think the mathematical possibility way that Jacob's going to jump up to it. So your 16 cars should be set. Now it's a matter of, it might be a few positions that'll change, etc. Actually, hold on a second. There we go, total points. John has, actually there could be a change here. Could be a massive change, actually. I have to look and see who's actually in the field here. John only has a 3-point lead over Jacob. So let's see where John is right now. 25th. Jacob is. Out in the field.
Uh-oh.
All right. He's not going to. So then we got Matt Acom, who's not in the field either. Okay. So let's see who we got next. Anthony Thickner, who is 24 back. Sorry about all that background. Who theoretically could, as he's sitting in 6th, could leapfrog John. Has work cut out for him, though.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy for him.
No, not with the 24. Make sure I'm right here. Actually, got a lot more. Yeah, I don't think Anthony's been mathematically has a way to catch him. Like a 50 point. 676 to 635. So it's like 50. Either way, Anthony's going to try to win this race. Rob Haynes is the man who has the top spot right now coming in. Rob caught up in the wreck earlier on, back in 28. You always gotta love these Daytona races.
It's chaos, it's mayhem, and you never really know. And that's what I found so much fun about the Cup race yesterday, is that you had no idea who was going to advance, and even then it was like fluctuating by 6 or 7 points. every single lap when they were showing it on the left. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was really. I don't really feel, and again, not everybody feels this way. This race is such a wild card race that, like you just said, anybody can win it. To put it in such a drastic thing that make or break you into the points really is not. I always get slack for saying this. Not a skill-based track. Because we just mentioned it earlier. Anybody can win. I mean, anybody can win. And for it to be such... Oh!
Uh-oh.
Man! I don't know how they just saved that. I was watching that live. Wow! That was crazy up front there for a minute, wasn't it? But anyway, man, for them to put that kind of, I don't know, so pressure, so to speak, on teams and so forth, especially right there at the cutoff line. I mean, if you already made it, you're no big deal. But for it to be so close there at the cutoff line, and for a racetrack that you really, a lot of times, you don't really have your own fate in your own hands. It's really kind of just, you've got it in the track and hope for the best. I don't know. I mean, is it exciting? Sure. But, hey, I don't know. I get it. They want to make it exciting for fans. If they ever get any back. At the rate we're going, no.
We got plenty of fans here at iRacing.
That's what I'm saying. I got plenty of fans up. Maybe I should start turning fans off in the stands there, man. Make it more realistic. What do you think? Think that would fly?
If you're going for realism, yeah, then that's the move right there.
Yeah. Oh man, folks, yeah, we're. It's a good race so far. Kind of got a little shuffled up there at the front though, because you just saw like a bump draft again. Wrong place there, but luckily they saved that, because that was almost another big one. And you see old Chuck Harrell, he gonna bring that black machine to the front.
Looks like
there was a crowd.
They'd be cheering. Oh, they'd be cheering for sure. But he takes it all the way up wide, and the 99 of Matt Weeks is going to follow him. Now there's still side by side though. That outside line is struggling to get a run. And look behind them, a third lane of cars is coming up. Third row of cars is coming up. You got the 54 on the outside, 26 down on the inside. They're also side by side to try and give a little more life to those lanes.
Yeah, it is. Door to doors. They're going to cross the line this time by. You got Anthony Fichtner up there along with them, and Jim Westerfield. He's leading this thing. Matt Weeks there along with it. It's still a 2x2 affair up front all the way through the field here, and a good one. And like I said, I'll tell you what, talking about the fans and stuff, if they'd be rumbling if I was in the Cup cars, because that's back in the day when Dale Earnhardt Sr., he owned a lot of these tracks. Now Daytona really had his number a lot, but he was a man at Talladega. But Daytona really threw monkey wrenches at him all the time, especially on the last laps. But right now, boy, you'd like I say, if it was a crowd for real, you'd hear them people crazy now. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Tonight we don't have 2 cautions so far. It's actually the stage caution. Now we're looking at lap 40 for the next one there, Jeff. Right.
Yes, sir. Lap 40. So 10 more here, and these drivers are being patient now. As I say that, Jim Westerfield almost goes around as he catches the apron, holding on to it. still fighting the car, and he's got it under control. Great driving by everyone. He's still fighting that car, but he manages to hold on to it. No wreck.
One thing I'm starting to see right now, bump drafting. And they're doing it in the wrong areas of the track. Wow. Well, you can't hear us over the cars? Let me know, Marshall. I can turn that up. Oh, is the car's too loud or what? I can always turn the cars down some. Let me know. Usually ask a lot of people out there how's the sound, how's it look. I haven't done. That bring up a stream and listen to it myself. I could be talking a little bit lower too. Like I said earlier, my allergies are kicking up a little bit, so I'm not as hyperactive as I normally am. How's that?
Not as energetic.
Yeah, and my voice isn't as as high up as I normally. Not as. My nose right now is wanting to really bother me, so I'm gonna try to get into it. It's like let's do it right there. How to find on my end right there. Let's do it on the phone. So let me know what you think out there, Marshall. Hey, I appreciate it there, Josh. Like I say, I mean, I know sometimes, man, I'll talk a little lower. One thing I am kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Always try to mess with the same. Make it sound good for all y'all out there. I appreciate y'all tuning in either way. Because it is a good race. We're at Daytona. Side-by-side action up front. I mean, and these guys are still just trucking around this place. And the one thing we've seen all night long is, and the only thing that can help prevent this is obviously drivers just, calming down. Bump drafting. And it just seems like they're just doing it at maybe the wrong places,
Right, you have to be very careful when you're bump drafting here. On the straightaways, yeah, go for it. As long as you're squared up on someone's bumper, you're straight and lined up with it, that's fine to do. But as soon as either someone moves or you're bump drafting in the turns, that's when trouble can arise, and often does arise. So you have to be very careful in your choice here. As we see the 99, he dives down onto pit road. A couple drivers head down pit road here. They're not worried about stage points. They're focusing on the win at the end.
And you're right. Right now is we're looking for that lap 40. 5 more to go here. Up front, you have still got Thomas Ogley. How you say that, man?
Ogle.
All
Or Ogle. Could be Ogle.
Say it real fast and end up saying ugly.
I'm gonna go with Thomas Ogle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will too. I'm not gonna call him ugly, but I'm just saying. Oh, I know he's gonna get kicked when he gets away. Listen, Master Joe's the only person who can come up with something like that. But right now, though, the problem is with him is I think he's got a little bit too far jumped out there. You don't want to do that here on the plate track, because next thing you know, that line's gonna freight train right by you. And up top, the good news is with a 20 machine up there of Calvin doesn't have really a lot of help to try to get up there. Now, he would love to sneak in that hole, but I don't think it's going to be big enough for him. Dalton Tucker right there along with him. Stephen Avestius. Jamie Dunning. Chad Engel up there. Anthony Keys. It'll be anybody's ball game to take this stage here tonight. Little run so far in the 87 of Anthony Thickner. On pit road early. Might be a strategy call here.
Same thing with Jim Westerfield. He's now down on pit road as well. I think these drivers are coming in to take fuel because they know they can't make it to the end. They're going to have to make at least one more stop, so now they are within their window.
So we're looking at they can go over 40 laps here.
No, they're going to need at least one more pit stop after this.
Okay.
Right. So they pit now before the end of the stage, and then they will only have to make one more stop, just like everyone else.
I got you. Right now, Tom's still the man out front, about a half car. He's got Calvin Miller there on the outside. Now he's got a little bit of help. Although the car behind him there, and that's another thing we don't really look too much of. That's the 40. Looks like the Ford machine of Rick. He does have some damage now. As long as that car stays tucked up behind Calvin, he might be okay. It's when he tries to get out there alone or so forth is when he's really going to hurt, because it'll be like a brick wall.
A couple more drivers are coming to pit road here, I believe. I think the 4-car, Rick Schneider is... Oh, I'm sorry. No, Race Control has actually just jumped in and said that pit road is closed.
Yeah, and I think they actually close it a couple laps before the actual thing. I might tell you what, we're talking about Rick right there, who's running up front. He comes jumping down on pit road.
But did he enter pit road here? Did he cross the line before pit road was closed?
Yeah.
He had to... No, he didn't make it. The leaders had crossed the line by the time he hit pit road, so I believe he should be penalized here. He's crossing the line as the leaders are exiting the tri-oval. So we'll see what Race Control does. By my understanding of the rules, he should be penalized, but we'll see.
Coming off pit road now. Have to keep an eye on that as the race goes on. That definitely does mix it up front here. You put Thomas out front, Anthony there, but boy, you got a slew of machines up here side by side racing. Casey is along with them, Steven's there with them. Got Chad England, a lot of guys up front so far.
Oh, someone's off track. Ogle's
Thomas.
way off the pace. No, someone dove way off the track at 78.
Fuel? I'm gonna be out
I
of
don't
fuel.
know.
That's Thomas.
No.
He was up front.
The 78 of Tom Dreiling went up and caught the 20 and got launched down the track and had to save the car.
Okay, well, we're coming up on our caution lap here, but Thomas, who was up front for the moment, remember he was out front there for a while, and the yellow flag's out. That's going to bring up our stage caution, but Thomas, the 11 machine, blowed up and went all the way back to 6th place. Didn't go into pit road, but well, that actually puts Anthony Keys as the winner of the stage.
And there you have it.
Awesome. That was a wild one up front there, folks. The reason being is because a lot of the pit strategy, and I think a lot of these guys here now, some of these guys up front here really might be worrying about making it around here on fuel. Hey, Anthony dropped down on the apron there. Might be close. I know we ran those caution laps before, but we've run pretty good here. What to see. Uh-oh. Anthony's out of fuel.
Oh, he is. Anthony Keys. Yeah, he's way still off the pace.
I don't know if he's going to make it back.
Steven Avasius has also left the race here in the 2 car. So,
I do not think Anthony's going to make it to his pit.
No, he's doing 30 miles an hour. He's not going to make it.
Well, he was able to get the stage win, but at what cost? Because this here's it, and I understand you want those points, but now you pretty much have or put in jeopardy, let's say it that way, your chance of winning the race, which is the ultimate goal. To me, I would have much rather have said, okay, I'm coming in the pit than getting that, and it looks like several guys running out of fuel on this one. Going through the field here for a minute. At the 90. Dalton Tucker's out of the race. Even Avasius.
Oh, you got the 22 here is now pushing Anthony Keys. So that's a good friend to have, Jason Branch.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, I was wanting to see that. Is that legal to do? I know in real NASCAR, no. I don't think it is. Could be wrong. Can they do that?
I
think there was a
don't believe so. They have to be able to maintain pace speed under their own power.
I knew there was a controversial thing in real racing. In there, you just saw him get shoved behind, and I think there's why they don't allow it, is because of what just happened to Chris. So I think his whole front end just got destroyed. But that actually was Kenneth McCullum. Yeah, who came in the pits.
Oh, and they were way off the pace. He couldn't see them.
Yeah,
he was behind another car. He couldn't see.
There's a reason why you don't do that. So here's a perfect example of, yeah, if Anthony would have towed, like should have been, and I know that I'm just a broadcaster up here, folks. It's just my opinion. All right, so don't yell at me. Hopefully that's just a cosmetic thing, but from here he has turned into what you would love to see as one of your little modifieds out there. And pretty much it has destroyed his race, Kenneth McCullum. So I know there's going to be some talk after that one. Huge. No fear, I think he's pretty much in the chase wise, but Anthony Keys, obviously anything can happen in racing. Racing's racing. Let me say it that way. But Anthony should have towed. Gray area. Something that the admins are going to have to deal with themselves. I don't get in it. What's y'all's opinion out there? Y'all tell me. I love hearing the viewers' side of it. You know, I'll let them yell at y'all over it. You know, stay neutral on the subject there. Either way, not what Kenneth wanted to happen.
No, not at all. I can only imagine the frustration he's feeling right now.
Yeah. Because his whole plan of the race was, remember early on, he dropped to the back to stay out of trouble, and it had been working pretty good so far. But all that's out the window now. So either way, we're going back green. Chad Ingle up front, Jim Westerfield there along with it, Matt Weeks company. Flag flies. Back out front. He's so far. And
Yeah,
it's
Jim-
typical Daytona.
Jim Westerfield now back towards the front. Remember, he caught the apron earlier and had to save that car, dropped all the way to the back. Now he's been there with Matt Weeks, Anthony Fitchner. Those guys have been running up front all night. But now Chad Angle started 31st all the way up to first now, having himself a great run through the field.
Absolutely. Good run up front here so far. Like you said, you've got Chad Ingle there. Everybody's kind of single file for about the first 5 or 6 positions. Then you go back a little bit further, around about 8th place or so, when you go side by side. Curious to what happened to Dalton, Steve, and a lot of them guys.
Yeah, a little bit of Daytona chaos is now Jim Westerfield. He's having a hard time controlling that car, it seems. It is all over the place.
A bit of setup here too. I mean, we've seen it all night long. These cars have just bounced around and just went all over, you know, like you said, which does make it hard to do a little bump draft there, you know, because you can't kind of square up on it, which I've always heard with the Xfinity cars, they're tough to kind of bump draft anyways. All right, out front, still side by side, 2 by 2 here. The way, man, you like to see it here at Daytona so far. Just having them a good run up front.
Absolutely. Like to see the cars going straight and going fast, not spinning out or anything like that.
Oh, no. And then Chris out there. Now, the other McCullen actually having a good race. Unfortunately, like I said, Kenneth not having the race he'd like here tonight. But, oh, Chris right now, they're battling for the lead with Anthony Thickner, Chad Ingle there and company. And old Jim Westerfield, Rick up there along with him. Kind of a new set of eyes up front. Gonna pull this thing off here at Daytona.
Correction.
Yep. Westerfield's involved in that one.
Yeah, Chad Angle involved as well. That was drafting gone wrong. The 87 went up. The 4 car saw the open door. The 87 came down, and then Chad Angle with a big hit to the inside wall. Yeah, a lot of damaged cars there. A lot of fast cars damaged.
Go back here and watch that replay one more time. They were up front. Like you were seeing right there, coming down the back stretch. And we've kind of seen, oh yeah, trying to stick his nose in there 3 wide. Next thing you know, it just didn't work and caught the rear end. Devastation at Daytona. But asphalt, select seal coat and asphalt repair. Caution here tonight. They're loving it. Got anything, man, needs done? They do commercial and real and residential. Head out. 20 years of experience. Check them out. Select seal coat and asphalt repair. Get you guys coming on board here. Title sponsor for our cautions. All right, we always like to say Daytona mayhem I mean, and it's just plate tracks. I mean, that old saying, short track racing, well, it's just plate track racing. Oh, it's tough here.
Yeah, it's a brutal track and it's unforgiving. One tiny mistake by one person can wipe out 10, 15, 30 cars.
Have you run any of the official races this week here?
I have, and I've won 2 of them. I've run multiple open. I've been running a lot of the open, the truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series. Now that I have some great setups from McConeySetupShop.com, I've been able to run up towards the front. So, yeah, those have been a lot of fun there. I haven't gotten to run the Legends cars here yet, the 87s, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun running here this week, but I did lose my A license because of it, so it happens.
Yeah. That's typical. The Daytona week, you hear that a lot. You know, people are like, well, yeah, you mowed it or so forth and so on. Let's see. When the car's off the pace, it's Rick. He's off the pace back there in the back for some reason. Brad Bothwell right there with him. Like Chuck Harrell's going to be the man up front here as everything cycles around. A typical Daytona here tonight. Chaos, like I say, it's usually not if, it's when the big one's going to happen. And I've had a couple had some good saves early on. We've had several multi-style crashes here, and you can either it's kind of one of them things. You either come into Daytona and it's going to be a great one, or you come into Daytona, wish for the best. You come into Daytona and it's terrible.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta come into it with an open mind and hope for the best.
Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to see here, like what you just said. You've got to know the difference. All right, pace car's coming out of 4. Gonna sit to go back. Flag. Green flag. Back at it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a who's who of gonna win this thing here tonight.
Yeah, will it be one of the drivers that's been running up front the entire time? Chris McCullough, the 87, Anthony Titchener, there he is, back there. I don't think it's going to be Anthony Keys because he's now a lot down. He's going to have to struggle through that, but if there's a caution, he should be able to get the lucky dog. But there's been a lot of good drivers that have been taken out. The 99 has been strong, but now he has some rear end damage. Who will take this one home? I think Chuck Harrell has a good chance here, though. That number 3 car is looking awfully racy.
Oh, absolutely, and he's out front right there. Side by side up front with him, you got Brad Bothwell right there along with it. Chris McCullough, he's been up there most of the night too. You know, Thomas, with Matt Week, so to be any one of these guys going to pull it off. Still going to storm down the back stretch here by 2.
60 cars out of shape. Chris McCullough had to hold on to it there. That caused a big checkup on the inside from Matt Weeks. Now the inside line, though, is going to get a huge run here as Chris is coming in with a full head of steam. He's going to blow right by the 98, right by the 11, but the 3 car jumps to the outside. He's looking to take the lead here. Here comes the 60, and they are now bumper to bumper, side by side at the line, and they're coming down to just 25 to go.
Yeah, you get down there, normally would say that's about go time at most of the tracks. It's still kind of a little bit of ways here on what you saw one of the super speedways. There's about 10 laps to go, man. Really starts heating up. You can feel it a little bit up front, ramping up right now. You see these guys been jockeying around, trying to see where they need to go, who's going to help who. You see the 3 right there had to back up. Chris had to back up a little bit on him. What I'm noticing now, earlier in the race, these guys were a little bit, in lack of a better word, a little more aggressive on the bump drafting. Now I kind of see them being a little bit more patient on wanting to try to get up there. A couple of them have held off, and there you see a little side drafting.
Oh yeah, get right up on that guy, slow him down, and now Chuck Harrell again jumps up to the outside. He's really wanting to get around this 56 of Brad Bothwell, and we'll see how well that works. We'll just see how well something like that works, I think.
Absolutely. Up front, you still got the old Chuck right there along with him. Everybody's just trying to go side by side for the moment. Good one here.
That outside line is really struggling to get a run going, it seems.
Yeah, it is. See, the outside is all night long has just not been the place to be. I mean, we've seen a couple passes up there, but it seems like they get up front and then they kind of stall out. Actually, the car that's up there up top really going to have a struggle. That's at 99 of Matt Weeks. He's got front end damage. We're going to see what he does out front. You know, this place is hugely aero dependent. Now he drops down low. I think Thomas up, actually it's going to be, it should be Thomas up top there. Should be able to pass on by. Yep.
Oh, now they go. Now they're going to be clear, but the 3 stays up top. Oh, I'll tell you what. Chuck Harrell is not making any friends here as he's making some gutsy moves. It's a little early for moves like that, but man, he's cutting it close.
I would have, if I would have been the Lebanon machine, I think Thomas, I would have stayed up top there, knowing the car behind you down there has the damage he has. Maybe should have picked the better one. We'll have to see what happens with the 2 up there. But now, as long as Matt stays tucked up behind him, he should be okay. It's when he gets out there and, and fresh cool air. Now, I've always said this, though, about Daytona, or pretty much about any race. You don't have to pass the guy to win. You just got to get that fender out in front of him.
Exactly. It only matters if you leave the last lap and you just need that nose out in front and you'll be good.
Absolutely. Well, they're 3 wide up front like Chuck.
He's making some bold moves.
Yeah, he made that. And I think he realizes, okay, the 1 car's damaged. That was probably about his best recourse right there was to go. And they're wrecking.
There it is.
Ouch. Well, let's go back and see. It was all on Chuck right there. but I think the 99 might have got a piece of his back end. He was clear. And watch this replay here. Had a run. 99 goes on the inside, yep, and then just clips him. Yeah. Just clipped him. Ouch. All right. Puts Jamie, Troy, Jeff all up front now. When did he go?
Yeah, it's been a rolling cycle of who the lead car is.
Yes, it is. And usually, as one of them things is, like we said earlier, who's going to win? Who knows?
We won't even know until they cross the line. Even exiting turn 4, we probably won't know who's going to win. And you can go back and you can mark my words right here, right now, that I'm calling it that we might not know who's going to be winning until they are at the line, even off turn 4.
Yes, I got a feeling as much chaos as we've seen tonight here on it, I think coming out of that last turn, and really not, you know, to say it this way, there's not been a lot of give and take. There's been a lot of take, and I think when that last lap comes around, it's going to be a wild one.
Oh yeah.
Which is what we like to see. Chaos. There we go. Well, not chaos, but we like to see wild stuff.
Like to see it get a little crazy.
And it has. And, you know, that's just what these big tracks, man, pull. Here's the thing, though. You've got some cars up front have some damage on them, and that's going to make it interesting because with the damage, you know, and I know this place is so aero dependent. I mean, that damage there is going to I think really it's whoever comes up front that has a clean car, I think might be the one that might be in the best spot. Finish your homework yet?
No, I didn't. I got through one problem here under these cautions, but yeah, I know. Let's see. Pretty much, it is MET 314 machine elements.
Oh, never mind.
The nature of mechanical design is the name of this homework. So. I need to
zeros and ones. Beam, that's machine language.
Yeah, for the beam AB, I need to find the equations of shear force and bending moment, and then draw the force and bending moment diagrams for the P equals 8 kilonewtons.
What the heck are you gonna use that stuff for?
I don't know. I want to be an announcer.
I mean, am I gonna use that to go and give me a loaf of bread? It's like I don't want to get too far off the race. It's like my youngest one the other day was doing something on and he's 14, okay, mind you. And he was doing something the other day, and I went, are we ever going to use that to go and buy me a soda or something? I mean, come on. I mean, unless I'm, like you said, you're going to be an engineer in robotics or something like that, or you're going to work with physics. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. And all these calculations and everything, here's the part that frustrates me the most. They are all done on a computer now. Computers are so powerful, they can do these calculations in a minute. Not even a minute. They can do it in a second. So it's just, is it going to ever help me? No. Do I have to do it? Yes. Why? I don't know.
Well, you're talking about like too, and obviously it can, you know, can transfer over here to NASCAR too. I mean, obviously there's a lot of engineers in that field that do a lot of multiple and different things. And you brought up a good point right there. Is back in my day, we'll say it that way. And there's a lot of people older than I am, so we can go further back. But we didn't have the computers. We didn't have Google. We didn't have none of that. None. And it's like I tell my 14-year-old, use what you have. And I've even told the teachers, I said, look, back then they used to say, well, you're not ever going to have a calculator all the time. Wrong. Look what we got now. You got a mini computers in your pocket all the time. And you have the world of information in front of you that, I hate to say it this way, is not going to go anywhere unless we have a catastrophic destruction of the world, and then you've got more problems than calculus anyways. So I go back to what I'm saying. You got a world of technology, use it. And there you go. We're back green, and I guarantee they use a lot of technology here in NASCAR and stuff like that with these cars and whatnot. Matter of fact, we're using it here to be on the virtual world. So there you go. It kind of stems over to what you're doing there in school, and it's awesome.
That's great in theory, but I want to work as an announcer. That's the issue.
And then I was about to say something on that one too there. I don't blame you, because I look here too. I love doing this iRacing stuff. I love sitting up here announcing these things. I do it for fun. I'm no professional at it, but I enjoy it. I really do. But the more I do it, I sit back and think, maybe I missed my calling and what I should have done, because I went the computer route back in my career and so forth and so on. But I did, like I say, if anybody's ever taught, I did take some internships at some news places and did the production side of things, cameras and sound and stuff. So I've done a lot of video editing and whatnot. Love that stuff. So, but anyways, iRacing has found me a new thing here as I've gotten older, and it's been fun, and I enjoy it because you get to see some awesome races here, and you never know what's going to happen at the end. So again, I take it back to technology has allowed me to be able to do something that I never thought I'd be able to do, and I sit up here and do this. And but long story short, always have a backup plan. And your backup plan, I guess, is going to be the engineering.
Right.
If you want to be the announcer. Because they always say, a lot of people always talk about, well, I want to be a movie star. You might want to have a backup plan just in case that don't work out.
Right, we'll see what happens. And I'll tell you what, if I end up as an engineer working on race cars and that's the worst case scenario, then I really can't complain.
There you go. And there you go. I mean, that's the thing. Either way you went well on it. And like you said, I mean, I know, matter of fact, I get to announce in the booth I have announced in the booth with a lot of, when I use the word real announcers, it's kind of a vague term,
Right.
Because I guess everybody's real, but when I say it that way, I guess guys who have been in the business for a very long time, some are well known, some aren't, and so forth, so on. And I was talking about it, but anyway, I was talking to one guy, and we were talking the same thing we were talking about here, announcing and so forth, so on. And like what he said it is a tough thing to get into. He says there's a lot of short tracks, and obviously that you to the Stanford. He said, but
Yep.
to get to the bigger side of it, sometimes just like anything, is who you know. Right now, the 98 machine of Troy, well, he knows he's got somebody behind him pushing. And again, I look at the front of that car, though. You see it's got a lot of damage. And I think that's where the 11 down low, Thomas, has the advantage with the 91. Because you see that 98 right there just cannot get going. And I think the frustration's going to build, as we're already seeing it here, as And here comes Chuck
It's
back
pretty
on the
wide.
outside again.
Yeah.
But you see the frustration build right there as that 98 just does not have the speed to pull that outside lane around the low line. So they're going to have to make a choice here. 3 wide, take it away from him, get him out of there and say, look, and a lot of times that's going to end up into being an aggressive move. Let's see what happens.
It doesn't work out for him. He just had no help up there on the outside.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look and see right there. You got Chris McCullen. Seems like he's got a pretty clean car. The 35 there, Jim Westerfield, let me look at his. He's got a little damage on the front nose and the rear of that car. He should be fine, tucked up. The problem is those top 3 machines are not in the best as opposed to the bottom. Now, we'll give them this. They have been able to maintain with Thomas and him down low, which is impressive for what, what is that, Troy up there is doing with the damage he's got on his nose. But you see, he's just not able to blow by him on the top side. But again, I take it back to that old thing. He didn't have to. He just has to get that nose out front to win it.
Right. He just has to have the nose of that car out front. He doesn't need to beat him by much, but as long as he can beat him by .001 or more, he's got it.
And I really feel like right now, Thomas down low, that's his best place to be. The only car I see up here right now that is hurting the worst would be the 91 of Ronnie. Ronnie's down there thinking, okay, and at some point here, especially with 10 to go, he's going to have to, he's pretty much going to, doesn't have a lot of choices really because he can't pass the yellow line to pass. Where he's at, he's pretty stuck. He can't go up high. He can't go low. He's going to have to just say, okay, I'm committed to pushing that 98 and hope maybe he ends up with a second place, because as long as that outside lane stays where it's at, there's nothing he can do. And usually that's what happens to the car that behind the leader if they're down low at a plate track race. But I tell you what, getting awful wiggly up top though.
They're holding on to it though. That's the important thing, is can they hold on to it? But this 3-car Chuck Harrell, he really wants to make that outside work, and you can tell he's chomping at the bit. As soon as the opportunity arises, he pushes the 60 and almost causes a little more chaos there. Chris McCullough. Chris holds on to it, but that kills the outside line. Chris is going to jump down to the bottom and say, get me away from that guy. He does not want any part of it, and now the outside line is really struggling. There goes Chris back up to the outside, though. The 60 car is rolling. Back down to the bottom.
And the one thing I was talking about right there, too, with that number 91 machine down low, he's got a choice to make here. Does he want to jump up high? I'm at the notion no, because unless he gets the car behind him to go with him. Because if he does, it's just, he can already see that 98 up there is not where he wants to be. And you can see he's falling off the pace huge like. So will we see some new cars form up high or stay down low? This is a cat and mouse game right now. That's pretty much what it's going to be here. Talking about Brad Bothwell? Who you talking about out there, John? Talking about Brad Bothwell. On the bottom, he's on 9th right now. He's trying to bring it back to the front. Now here might be the chance for the 91 there. He could have jumped up there earlier. He could have got Chris. I think he's content right now to push the 11. But now here we go. Now you got Chris up there in a smooth car, clean one, and you got the other machine right behind him.
Looking 3 wide, thinking better of it. I think that was the 00 Matthew McCann. I think his thought there was, I can do it, but I'm not going to quite yet. Still got 7 laps, 6 at the line to make something happen. Don't need to get crazy just yet.
All right, 6 to go here. It's definitely heating up front. You've got Thomas, Chris. And Chris puts his nose out front there. And he's got help. Now the 91 back there is going to have to look on Thomas's side and go, okay, he's been patient. Not got up there and bump draft too much. Now he's going to have to close that gap and make that drafting a little bit tighter in order for him and Thomas to stay up front, I think.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for him, but he should be able to get it done up on the outside line, but he just needs a little bit more from that 00, who's looking for air right now. It looks like even that engine bay cool. It's going to be very difficult to get past this very dominant Thomas Ogle, but it can be done. He just needs everything to sort of fall into place here.
Absolutely. Up front, still got Chris, Thomas, Matthew and company. And I said earlier I didn't see Matthew making out there. He's out there. Let's see where he's at in points right now. And let's see if there's any way he could leapfrog. He's got 659, 676. That's what? Gonna be close. Gonna be close. You know, John right now is holding on 17th place spot, so it's definitely gonna be close. He's trying.
Will it be enough, though? That's the big question. Can he hold on?
Yeah.
Three wide towards the back. 4 wide. 4 wide. Now they're back to 3 wide.
Yeah, he thought better of that one.
Yeah, that was the right choice. But now, that 56 car, look at him go. The 00 is going to bail on Chris. Chris is going to fall back. Now they're going to be 3 wide, 2 rows deep. And that's going to leave Thomas Ogle alone out front.
And I think this might be a smart move because that 98 machine right there is just not. Oh, Chuck Harrell got in the side of a car right there. Jim Westerfield, I believe. Caution is out here. Yep. Jim Westerfield all tore up. Anthony Key's involved, but Chuck kind of bobbling there a little bit. Slammed door to door there with Jim. Watch it one more time here. Told you it's going to be a wild finish here. Oh, actually, was Anthony Keys that he got into there. Ouch. Oh. I believe it was Anthony Keys. Watch it one more time. Watch it right here. Yeah, it's the 4 machine. And then Chuck got got together, and then Chuck went for a ride on his roof. Ouch. Tore that car all to pieces. Nice done. Okay. John's out of the race. Matthew's sitting 5th. Nope. There's not enough positions right now. I think John's still fine where he's at. I think he's still fine right now. But look at his points again. No, Jacob is not here. Anthony Thickner, there's no way mathematically he can jump it. Oh. Then again, I got to look at this thing too, as if win and you're in. I don't know if that's another thing they do. If so, then that's going to mess up a lot of this. Matthew Weeks is got a win. It's got a win. I'll have to find out, you know. That's one part I need to find out, whether or not winning you're in. Well, this is going to be wild. This is essentially going to be a green-white checker.
It is, yes. So this is not going to be easy for these drivers. And it means things are going to get crazy here.
Yes. Woo. Right. Wow. Batting down the hatches is wild. We'll be taking bets on we'll pull this thing off.
I knew you were gonna ask that, and I've been trying to figure it out. I'm gonna go with the 60. I think he's gonna find a way to get it done.
He's got a good car up there. That's
He definitely does.
If they don't wreck. I think it's like I said, it's
right
between that 60 and the 11 up there. We've seen, so far, we've seen it that way. Car behind him there, the 91 machine there of Ronnie, has been committed to push the 11. So let's say if he stays committed. All depends on what Matthew does. Now, how gun-ho, because you got to remember, Matthew's thinking might still have a shot to make this playoffs. Although I don't think he is, because John Held is in 15th, and mathematically there again, unless drop weeks, all that stuff plays a factor. I don't know 100% at the end, but either way, here we go.
They're rolling, but the outside line isn't. Chris needs a bigger run here. He needs that 00 Matthew McCann to stick with him, and he's got a chance. But without that car behind him, he's in trouble.
And I think right now, remember, it takes about a lap for these cars to get up to speed here. And again, like I just said, it all depends on what Matthew wants to do right there. Now you see the high lane coming as they are pushing. You're going to see a lot more pushing and shoving here. Question is, if Chris gets out front far enough in front of Thomas, does he drop down low or step high there with Matthew? That's the other question there. And I mean, we haven't seen anybody on the top lane though yet. White flag won't matter. It's going to end. They can kill each other. And there goes Matthew. And that's what I thought he was going to do. I figured Matthew's going to think he's going for the lead. 3 wide. This is where it's going to get crazy.
Yep, this is where it's all gonna go. You see the inside line is all formed up. It's strong. They're pushing. They're shaking a lot, but they're going to be able to make it work. But they're still 3 wide, and now the middle line has the run. All that matters, though, is who's got the run off turn 4. Remember what I said earlier? We're not going to know who's going to win this coming off turn 4? Yeah, we have no idea who's going to win this, and they're about to come off turn 4.
Turn 4 for the final time here. They're coming to the line. Thomas is there. They're going to be a drag race to the line. For the win, is it going to be the 60? And I know the 11 machine of Thomas is going to pull it off by a mere half a car. What a finish to this one there. Wow.
Wow, what a great race. And the 91 comes home third.
Nice. Wild one here. Can't get some of these guys up here and get a word with them. Well, that was a good finish there to that one, though.
Oh, it was. What a great race.
Like I say, I won't know the finals here on the points and all that stuff. And I was just going off kind of like mathematically where it is. Obviously, you still got to throw in, you know, all the stuff of drop week, bonus points, etc., etc. All right, third place man Ronnie. Let's get a word with.
Ronnie, it's Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you just came out of that race in third place. What's going through your mind there on that last lap? Were you just committed to that inside line and you were going to run it, and that's what you did, or what?
Yeah, you know, the 11 and I hooked up, man, and we ran really good together, and we were working on entry into the corner. I was really able to give him a good shove, so I just kind of hung in there and pushed him the best I could.
Well, sure looks like you did a great job pushing him. Now, this was a bit of a chaotic race. You had a little bit of front end damage, it looked like. Was your plan to just ride around until the end, or from the beginning, did you know you wanted to get out front?
Oh, I love these plate tracks, man. I was trying to get to the front as soon as I could. Didn't seem like I was down on power really too much. As long as I was in the draft or, you know, in a group of cars, I was all right. If I fell back a little bit, I was done. You know, I couldn't catch up. So I just kind of tucked under the 11 there, and we went for it.
Sure looks like you did. Now, who do you have to thank for this third place run here tonight?
Definitely my sponsor, Michael Pilo. He is an author. We normally run the Steps recovery car, but given it's Daytona, we ran the, we went with a Wrangler tonight. So, but yeah, Michael Pilo, he's actually helped me out an awful lot through all this. So definitely a heads to shout out to him. K2B, I run with Josh quite a bit. So thanks to all these guys for putting all this stuff on. We really had a great night, man. I love it here.
Absolutely. Looks like you did. Well, congratulations on that third place run here tonight. You brought that 91 Wrangler to a great podium finish.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, go third place man. Home live here. Well, Chris here pulling it off. Close. Coming home in second here tonight.
Chris, it's Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I got a copy.
Well, Joe and I were sort of talking here at the end, and he asked me to put a name on who I thought was going to win this race. And I said, I think the 60 is going to be able to pull it off. But when you were going there at the line and you had that restart and you didn't get that jump on the outside, what was going through your mind?
I wasn't too concerned. The 91 wasn't really pushing that good tonight, and I had faith in the 00. He was pushing pretty good earlier, so I kind of checked up just a hair just to make sure he got a good run. But I wasn't too worried about it. We had a really good run at the line there. If he would have stuck with me, I know he had to go for the win, then I had that win right there. The 98 was damaged, so he couldn't get to my bumper. But this KCI Chevrolet Camaro was really fast tonight. I just needed a little bit more help at the end.
You're right, and you did have a teammate there, Kenneth McCullough, and he sort of got wrapped up in a wreck earlier on pit road. So what was your mindset from that point on when your teammate was taken out? Did you just think, I have to find someone else out here and work with them?
Yeah, mainly it was just trying to associate myself with clean cars. I felt comfortable enough with my skills to be able to either push somebody to the front or get myself to the front. It took a little bit when I restarted and I had to get past people. I just had to take them one by one, but it's just got to have somebody at the end of these races. The 91 pushed the 11, and that's what sealed the deal.
Absolutely. Do you have anyone you want to thank here for the second place finish?
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates, Kenneth and Brad, McCullough Motorsports. I got to thank my sponsor, KCI Georgia. If you need any kind of crane work done, they're the ones to call in the Southeast. And I got to thank ISRA and you guys for putting this on.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that second place run here tonight. I thought you had it in the bag. Seems like you were running right up there at the front all night. Congratulations on a great run, though.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a great night. Thank you all for watching.
There you go. Second place man, old Chris. I'm just in spot too short there, but hey, pulled it off. Man right here, Thomas did. Thomas, you waiting booth, got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you what, you was able to hang on here tonight, put it in victory lane. What a wild one. Feel like you had the car to get it done here early, though?
I just was, you know what, it was pretty lucky. I dropped to the back on the first run, and I was like, I guess I might as well go up front so I have less cars to pass when they crash. And then that second stage, I was leading, then I wasn't going to make it on gas, so I had to drop out of that too. I just wasn't sure how it was going to sort out. And then after the pit stop, I came out pretty far up. So I said, well, I guess we'll see what we're going to do.
Oh, absolutely. You know, sometimes we always talk about Daytonas. You got to have a little luck on your side here to pull this thing off. I mean, and you definitely did out front there, and you had a good car behind you pushing and was able to hang on. But in victory lane here tonight, got anybody you want to thank for it?
My buddy Marco Optical down in Florida, he's an optical store. You might give his Facebook page a like. Other than that, I thank you guys for broadcasting the league, and thanks Just Mayu for the invite to the league. It was a lot of fun race. Started off a little rough, but then everybody got straightened out, and it was really good racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, typical plate track racing, like you say, it a little rough up and down here and there. Like me and Jeff was up here talking, like sometimes it can be a wild one, sometimes it can be a really good one, but never know. But hey, you survived, came home in victory lane again. Congratulations there, Thomas.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
All right, there you go, Thomas, putting it in victory lane. Well, tell you what, like we said, it was a wild one here. Rough night for a lot. Some guys, though, coming out here very good. Tell you, Jeff, not too bad, though.
Not too bad at all. These drivers did a great job keeping it clean. A lot of respect among all the drivers, and they all did what they had to do to win, and not too many people were abandoning their buddies that they had made along the way, which you often see a lot here. It seemed like everyone was fairly committed to the people they were working with a few exceptions, but they stuck together and they made it work.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to leave Daytona here for the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. Myself and Jeff and everyone here, have a good night.